Today is April 25th, and I would like to talk to you about the evolution of Harrelson trumpets and rumors and dreams and where we're going this summer. I know you've seen a couple videos in the last few months, really the last 6 months since we launched Rumors and Dreams in October, about where we're headed and how we are going to be innovating. So this video is really exciting to me, and it's probably going to be exciting for most of you too. And that's because what we're doing right now is probably a bigger change in the trumpet and brass instrument industry than we've seen in over 100 years. And it feels kind of strange to be the person to say that because, well, it is. You know, I guess for some reason we're the first ones to embrace this technology. I don't really know why this is happening, but I do know that we've been testing an entirely new realm of technology for the past several years, and we are now ready to put it into production and create a new trumpet that will cost less than what we've put out in the past because of the process and because of the design. And it'll also be approaching or even surpassing the efficiency to weight ratio that we've had in the past. And this is just super exciting, I think, for the entire industry. But I want to kind of lay it out there, give you some teasers, give you some ideas of what's going to happen. And you're going to see more videos that discuss this when we dive in a lot deeper. But I want you guys to know a couple things. First off, I'm building the rest of all the Harrelson trumpet components into horns that I can. So in other words, for the last 10 to 15 years, maybe even longer than that, I can't remember how long it's been now, but for a long time now, we have been CNC machining our parts and putting them together like this, where we have a tuning slide that's made in two halves. And those two halves are milled on both sides, and then they're laser welded, silver soldered, and then they're assembled and hand finished as a tuning slide. And that's what you've seen on the Muse trumpet and on the Summit series and on some other horns. And this has been very, very effective. We've really produced the most efficient trumpets in the world that project the most, have the most vibrancy and color, and we can change all those variables very easily using this technology. So this has worked extremely well. The downside to this is it's very expensive and it's not as fast as we would hope. The hand finishing side of it adds a lot of time and a lot of cost. So this is going to be replaced with this. Now what I'm holding here is a nylon tuning slide. It is actually the same dimensions as this one, just a different shape. And the nylon tuning slide is laser sintered. So we're going to be introducing the new Rumors and Dreams LS models, which is laser sintered. And there are going to be varying costs depending on what it's sintered out of. It could be sintered out of nylon or aluminum or stainless steel. And it won't look exactly like this one because this is actually a Summit tuning slide. But you can see we've been testing these, and the first iteration is going into the Muse series right now. So our Muse clients will be able to order these soon in nylon and aluminum and stainless steel. And the next iteration will be on the Rumors and Dreams trumpets. So getting back to what I was saying before, I know I'm going kind of fast, but I'm really excited, and I just want to get this out there. So this summer, I should have at least 30 Harrelson trumpets that are finished using the old CNC machining technology. And I say old, but I mean it's decades ahead of all of our competitors. And I'm not saying that out of arrogance, I'm just saying that out of a lot of hard work and dedication and putting well over a decade, maybe close to 2 decades, into that process. So like I've lived it. I know I've built thousands of horns using this technology. And we're not stopping this technology. We're just combining it with laser sintering. So I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going through every single drawer and box that we have and finding every good part. I saved lots of components as extras just in case a production run had something fall short and we needed them. And I did that over the period of the last 10 or 15 years. So I'm going through finding all those components, assembling every single thing that we can using the CNC technology. And we're going to be having all of those in our showroom this summer. And the good news is if you visit us here in Denver, Colorado, you are going to get a fantastic deal on these horns. So My goal isn't to sell them at regular price. My goal really is to make the transition from those to the new laser sintered models as seamlessly as possible. So I don't want these all sitting in the showroom for a long time. I'm literally clearing them out, but only to people who visit. And I know the people that can't visit or that decide not to, you guys always feel like, well, that's not fair. There's this deal where some people will get a discount, but I won't. That's not really the case. What I'm doing is I'm combining this summer with clearing these out and launching the new Rumors and Dreams LS models. So the LS is the laser sintered. That's this technology. I'll show you more in a second. And essentially, efficiency wise, we're going to level these out. Whatever I'm clearing the horns out in our showroom at, then the efficiency level of the new Rumors and Dreams is going to be priced comparatively. So it'll be, essentially everyone wins. Now, the only downside to the new Rumors and Dreams LS is you're going to have to wait a few months for us to build your horn, because only the first few could be delivered right away. It takes time to put these things together. We haven't eliminated the cost of labor or the time, so that's still always a challenge. However, if you come and visit and you want one of our legacy models that was CNC machined and produced with the way we've done it for the last 15 or plus years, then you definitely want to come visit us and pick up a horn at a great discount. And I'm talking, I have Summit trumpets. I have the remaining, I think 7 or 8 Summit ones, the ones we held for a rainy day. I cut off orders at like 85 out of 100. It was limited to 100. I cut off at 85, and then I saved like 15 for us to do whatever we wanted with for a day like today, and I think I have 8 left. So Summit 1 models, a lot of you have really wanted those. They'll be on clearance. The remaining X series, and I don't know how many of those there will be. The X series is where it's kind of experimental. Some of them may follow a very strict build design, and I always state that and show you guys what's going on. So for instance, I think I just finished all the way through X58, and there's a series of 4 that are all identical, and they are a great all-around horn, so those will be in there. If I find any other components, and then we'll add those, and then the Muse trumpets. There will be quite a few Muse trumpets in this summer clearance. So if you've always wanted a Muse, then you'll want to come and pick one up. Now, there's one other piece of this you need to know. All these clearance instruments cannot be traded. So in other words, you cannot take an instrument you've bought from us and trade towards one of these because the pricing is too low. So if you want a custom build, that's a completely different thing. If you're thinking of a custom Summit or Muse in the traditional style we've had in the past, you're gonna have to order it in the next few weeks. Otherwise, all the components will be used and spoken for, and there will be no more custom orders for that generation. And I know I'm covering a lot, but I just want to get it all out there. So if you've really been thinking of a Muse and you have, say, a Summit, and you're like, oh no, I don't want to miss out, but I don't have the money for a brand new Muse. Well, first I'll tell you the pricing is really, really decent. And secondly, you could sell your Summit and then, have that cash to put towards the new Muse trumpet. So if you want to have a conversation about that, call me, we'll discuss numbers and I'll help you figure it out. But it'll really depend on which Muse you buy because some have more options than others. All right, the last thing I wanted to bring up was the laser sintering technology. If you have not seen our Spectratone Red or all the latest mouthpieces we've been producing, then that is essentially what we're doing. Now in the future, we'll be combining the CNC machining technology and approach to the laser sintering of lattice topology. And lattice topology is a fancy way of saying we created a lattice like this piece of lattice, and this one was originally designed by NASA. We created a lattice that will allow the instrument to be much lighter and much more stable. So structurally sound designs that weigh less so that the standing wave is preserved throughout the entire instrument. And this has been a point of conversation for decades, ever since I first started talking about it. However, it's only really controversial in the brass instrument world because no one questions this in the transmission of communications and pretty much all the aerospace industry applications of this technology that have been proven and are sound. And even now in the medical sciences, the idea that you can take a standing wave or any wave and preserve the energy in it by basically increasing the inertia. So that is kind of a standard staple of how design is done in most industries. In the brass world, this is considered controversial. I have no idea why. It's probably just tradition and lack of understanding of physics. Whatever the reason is, it works. And if it didn't work, I wouldn't have sold nearly 3,000 horns in my career. We have a lot of the best players around the world playing on our horns every single day. And I'm really proud to say a lot of amateur and comeback players also play on our horns every single day. And my goal isn't to sell just to pros. It isn't to always focus on that top end market. My goal has always been to give everyone the opportunity to own something that makes their life and their playing a lot easier. And that's because that's where I came from. Those are my roots. And if you haven't seen the original Rumors and Dreams video that I think was put out in September of last year, you should go back and watch it. I'll put a link in the description here. So all of that to say, the new Rumors and Dreams LS is going to launch this summer. If you order it in the first week, you're going to get the best pricing. You're going to get some incentives, and the longer you wait through the summer to order this instrument, the more it'll cost and the less incentives you get. And I do that for a couple reasons. First, I really want to reward the people that are paying attention and are ready to jump on this. But also, when you do that, if 20 or 30 people order in the first week, it makes my life so much easier. Then I can start working on the project, putting your orders into production right away instead of spending more time making videos and marketing. Marketing is the biggest expense that most companies really see as something they can't get away from. And that marketing cost can be extremely expensive for most companies. If you look at the big companies in the trumpet industry, most of them have huge marketing bills, and essentially we have almost no money set aside for marketing. And the reason we have that model is because we rely on you to tell your friends and your family and your colleagues and your students and your teachers what's going on with us, and spread the word so that we don't have to charge you that extra 20 or 25% just for the marketing and for the endorsed artists and all those things. So we don't have that. And a lot of people ask me, why doesn't so-and-so play on your horn? Well, so-and-so gets paid by Yamaha or Bach, or they get special opportunities to perform on concerts and clinics and master classes, and they get money for that. And we don't have that kind of infrastructure for a lot of reasons. One, there's only 3 of us here. We're focused on building the horns and designing them and getting in your hands. And 2, our goal is not to take over the planet in terms of selling trumpets. We don't want to sell millions of them. Every year we only sell around 100. And maybe this year we'll sell around 150. It's a bigger year, and that's because of Rumors and Dreams and now the new launch. All of that to say, you don't want to miss this, because I guarantee you the new Rumors and Dreams LS model is going to be priced way more reasonably than you think was possible. And I truly believe you're going to love this horn. It is something that I have spent a great deal of time and energy developing. The reason we have the laser sintered mouthpieces was essentially to start using this technology as a hybrid model with the CNC machining and take that as far as we can into the trumpets and even other product lines. So we have our Momentum spinning tops, which are launching right now, finally, after a year of teasing you guys with it. And these are also combining those 2 technologies. So yeah, this is very dear to me. It's really important to a lot of you. A lot of our customers have said, I want a horn that's around 2 pounds instead of 3 pounds, because a lot of our horns are closer to 3 or even a little more. And I've listened, and I've worked really hard, and we've invested a small fortune into this venture to create the mouthpieces and the spinning tops out of this technology. But if you remember, just the lease on this software to convert our regular designs into this printable design is $30,000 a year. So it is not a small amount of money for a company as small as ours. Remember, we're just one little shop in Denver, only about 5,000 square feet. And we're not Bach, we're not Yamaha, we're not Schilke, we're none of those. But we are putting out the very best that we can, and we're very, very excited to work with each and every one of you. So this all boils down to two things. If you want a horn in your hands this summer, then you should come to Harrelson Trumpets. You should come anyhow, even if you order one of the other horns. You should come here and order a horn, or not order, buy one off the wall. And if you want your name on it, we can engrave your name on it while you're here. If you want to pick out finger buttons, we can do that while you're here. And we can set it up, we can train you on how to use the VGR system and how to use the modular mouthpiece and set it up so it feels just right for you. It only takes a couple hours, and you can walk out of here with a killer deal on a brand new Harrelson. And if you're not going to do that and you want, because you can't get the discount online or over the phone for the clearance horns, if you want to order one of the LS series, the Rumors and Dreams, then you'll have that option too. Essentially, everybody wins. It'd be great to see a lot of you players moving up, and this summer and this coming fall, into horns that are really going to take your playing to the next level. And that's what it's all about. It's all about making music and enjoying what you do and performing at your level, the best that you can. So I want to thank you for joining me. I want to look and make sure I didn't forget anything. We've got, I hate to say it, old and new, but this old is incredibly great. And if you can handle a little more weight, this is going to be better than some of these. If you can handle a little more money, this is going to be better than some of these. And I don't know how else to say it. When it comes to efficiency and that ratio to weight, there's a cost. You're either going to have more weight or more cost. And I'm providing both right now to you. And we'll see you this summer. So there is a $500 deposit that you can pay to come visit us in Denver and have me pick you up at the airport if you're flying in. We can do a free trumpet lesson if you do that $500 deposit. And if there's time permitting, I'll take you out to lunch. I'll give you a full private tour. I've set aside days to work with you individually. And in doing that, that $500 actually will become a $1,000 credit when you get here. So regardless of what the price is on the clearance horns, you still get an extra $500 credit because you made the deposit. And that's essentially just to reserve my time. So we have that. If you don't do that, then you could still get a clearance horn and save a lot of money and have a lot of fun. It's just that there won't be a guarantee that I could be there. And that's because I have a lot of travel plans this summer, and you would work with Christine or Jen or both of them if I can't be here. Or if I am here but I'm working with someone else, then I can say hi and spend some time with you, but not as much. So look at our website, and I encourage you to place the reservation deposit because it will guarantee that I will be there. I've set it aside so that it'll work. And I love working with you guys. It's a lot of fun. We just had someone from the Netherlands 2 days ago, and I didn't spend all my time with him, but he came in and I got to have a couple great conversations with him. And it was just really cool. I love working with you guys when you fly in. And the reality is in the summer, we usually get, somebody flying or driving in almost every day. And that's why these reservations are important. If you want to have my time, then you want to make sure that I'm not already working with somebody else. So thank you. I hope that you're all, achieving what you want, and that you're reaching out to the people that are important in your life and keeping them close to you, and that you're staying healthy and, in the pursuit of whatever it is you love. And I appreciate 100% all that you have done for me, because the truth is I've built this amazing company. Jen and Christine and I, we love to come to work, and it's all because of you guys. You guys trusted me way back when I started this in the early 90s. It's hard to believe. Now it's 32 years ago that I started the research on Harrelson trumpets in college. And now it's just like this beautiful, amazing thing where I can't wait to come into work every day, and I go home exhausted, but it's a good exhausted. And I have all of you to thank for that. And I hope I say that enough. I feel like I never could say it enough. But thank you all for trusting us and for working with us and giving us the ability to go in this direction and change the entire industry with another round of new technology. All right, I'll see you guys next time.